Hello, guys. Welcome back to WezLife. Hope you're all excited. Hope you're ready for episode 44 of this weekly podcast thing that sometimes is not weekly because I'm a failure and I'm trash. But never mind. We're here. I've got some news to talk about, some things that I want to share with you, and I'm excited for it. Yeah, we're going to jump into it with Wes. Where's Wes? Where's Wes? That's it. Feels like it's been a while. This is just me, heart to heart. This podcast has been sometimes good, sometimes okay, sometimes very bad. But it's always been me chatting with you for the most part and talking about things in my life, me sharing stuff with you. And I hope you've been enjoying it and you're sticking around, obviously. But yeah, I just want to say I'm sorry for times where I've said, I'm gonna get 2 episodes out this week, or I'm gonna film an episode of this or whatever, and I've just not done it. I'm sorry, I'm a letdown, but it's life gets in the way. Where's life? Whatever. Here I am. But yeah, this week has been the first week in a long time since I've actually got my diary out. Well, since lockdown, I got my diary out. Actually wrote stuff in it. It's been fun. I've had a lot of meetups with different friends and people. Been doing different stuff. I've spent a lot of time this week with Jack. I've been going around Jack's house nearly every evening because we've been watching a TV series together. It's been entertaining. He's had the week off work. Never really do stuff like that. Well, we used to years ago. We used to do things like that. But as of recently, we've not. And we also went out together the first time this week. To go like shopping, and we've not done like shopping since Christmas. When you go around town, proper shopping in a lot of shops or whatever. It's nice to do that with him. We also took little Jira, and oh my days, little Jira is getting so cute, and she's like, I love her so much. Like, she's amazing. But yeah, Noemi, Jack's wife, has got. Well, she came up with a plan for me and Jack to do some video and put it on this channel, so we'll probably do that at some point. Now, I'm not making any promises or anything, but it'll be fun. It'll be enjoyable. It's probably nothing you've seen before, like some of you've seen before, on YouTube, but Noemi wants to do it. I thought, yeah, let's do it. It'll be funny. So me and Jack are gonna do that. So yeah. Also, guys. Big news. You might see this from the title of this video, I'm not sure, but open airs are back on. Now, a lot of my friends have been doing open airs for like 2 or 3 weeks now, and I'm just excited and desperate to just get out into a town, get out into a city or whatever, and just preach the gospel. I've been desperate to do it since back in March. I remember. The last day that we had, it was actually in Manchester. I'm excited for it. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, so I was actually supposed to go out this week with Joe. If you don't know who Joe is, he's got a YouTube channel called Off the Curb Ministries. Go check him out because it is amazing. He's a legend. You'd love his stuff. So yeah, we were supposed to go out on Thursday and today, but the weather on both days have just been horrendously bad. Like, just really bad, miserable rain. So it's going to be like, oh yeah, go outside and preach to nobody because everyone will be indoors. But not to worry, because tomorrow after church we're going to go out and preach in Preston. And so about 1 o'clock in Preston, if you want to come and meet us out there, get involved or whatever, please feel free to do so, because it'll be a great time, good opportunities, and I'm really looking forward to it. You know what, actually, guys, here's the thing with me when it comes to open airs. On the actual day of going out, I'm so nervous and feeling like I just can't be bothered and I really don't want to. But then afterwards, once we've been out and we've done the open air and on the way back home, whatever, I'm feeling so joyful and like on another level, like a mental high almost. And it's an amazing feeling, one that I don't really feel from anything else. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. I cannot wait. So tomorrow's going to be a blessed day. Going to go to church. It's been back on this will be the 3rd week now. So that's going to be good. And then straight out have my little. I think I'll bring a packed lunch and then go out and preach the gospel. It's going to be great. So looking forward to it. Yeah. I mean, what else am I going to be doing? On Monday, I'm going to the Lake District with Jack. Yeah, so me and Jack, we absolutely love going to places where, it's got really nice views. As you know, we've been going on walks a lot recently, but our go-to places that we love the most in the UK are Wales. Absolutely love going to Wales and the Lake District. Like, they're both just amazing, like, on another level. So we're gonna go to the Lake District on Monday, bring little Jira, Noemi. Really looking forward to having just a nice day out, really. So that'll be on Monday, and then I've also got to do some other stuff in the week. You know what? If you remember, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, I recorded a podcast and I was talking about some crazy thing that happened to me in the night, and this woman like was crazy, screaming for help and stuff, and she came to me, and yeah, I ended up ringing the police. But on next Wednesday, I've got to go out and go to the police station and give a witness statement of like, what happened or whatever, but I can't, I'm like kind of not, well, I'm feeling like I can't be bothered because I gotta go all the way out or whatever, but then at the other hand, I'm like kind of looking forward to it because it's like, oh, it sounds a bit cool, like I had to go and give a police witness statement, or whatever. I don't know, maybe it's not that entertaining, maybe it's just quite boring, like, oh, just get it done, but that'll be alright. But yeah, that's kind of what's been happening this week in the life of Wes. And I'll be honest, guys, you know what? Actually, I would appreciate so much if you had anything, any ideas or whatever that you could drop in the comments or have a way of privately messaging me if you'd like, to just let me know of any kind of topics or things, situations, whatever that you want me to talk about. Because there's a lot of times, like, I can talk for, give my thoughts, ideas, opinions on a lot of different things for a long time. But sometimes I do struggle with trying to think of, oh, what should I talk about this week? So this is just kind of like me just chatting with you guys from the heart or whatever about different stuff. And so yeah, let me know, please, anything that you want me to talk about. I'm happy to talk about it. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to, guys. What I'm gonna carry on being, well, I'll continue to be doing this week. You know what? I've actually got back into drinking black coffee now. I'm just gonna have a little sip of it actually because I'm quite thirsty. That's good. Yeah, it's a funny story, guys. Actually, maybe about 2 years ago now. Maybe it was 3 actually. I can't remember, but this was like the weirdest. It was a weird time. My brain was like on autopilot, and it was like I was really tired, and it was like my brain realized that I was talking and my mouth was talking, doing the words and stuff, but my brain was like, I don't actually agree with what my mouth is saying right now. But basically, what happened was I was with a friend. We were doing a Bible study, and it was in the morning. And he asked me, "Did I want a hot drink?" And I didn't really want one, but I said yeah. And normally, I always get a tea unless it's the evening and I'm tired or whatever. I might get a coffee. So I'm a tea man. He said, "Oh, do you want a tea or coffee?" And my mouth said coffee, but my brain was like, "No, you don't want coffee." But I was like, "Coffee." And he said, "Oh, how do you have it? Do you want milk or sugar?" And normally I have milk, 2 sugars, whatever. And he was like, and my brain said no. And I was like, what the heck? No, my mouth said no. My brain was like, what the heck are you doing, mouth? So I said no. And he went and got me this black coffee. And yeah, he even gave me a refill, but it wasn't that bad. But as of recently, probably like past 2 or 3 weeks, I've been drinking a black coffee like, well, nearly every day. I don't have any milk. Just have 2 sugars, and it's all right. I feel like I need to cut back on the sugar. Maybe have 1 sugar, and then half sugar, then no sugars eventually, because sugar's not the greatest thing for you. But I've been enjoying it, and there's something about it where if you have milk, I don't know what it is, but it leaves like a texture on your tongue to me, or it feels like it does. But black coffee, you don't get that. So if you never had black coffee and you're a coffee drinker, maybe try it. Or if you like taste of coffee, but you don't like the mouth feel, maybe try black coffee. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. You know what? I don't even know what Wes says is going to be about this episode, guys. Wes says I was going to talk about some films that I've been watching recently. So this week, well, while we've been in lockdown, I've been trying to spend time watching films that are on my list of like films that I need to see or people talk about, but I've never seen. This week, or the past 2 weeks, I've watched a few. I watched. Oh, so yesterday I watched What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Got Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio. I liked it. I wouldn't say it's like some amazing film though. It was okay. It's like I feel like it's just on the list of I need to watch that, but I haven't seen it before. But it was all right. Go and watch it if you like. I also watch. Well, I've been watching films. I've been trying to watch films with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jake Gyllenhaal. I think you say his last name Gyllenhaal, or at least I do, because they're two really good actors who I appreciate a lot of films by them. So I've been watching films with them in it who I haven't seen before. So I watched Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal, and that's basically a film about him going out and filming things on the nightlife, for like news the next morning, like crime stuff and things like that. And that was really good. I'm like, oh man, he's just great at acting in it, and the cinematography and film is brilliant. No, I'm a massive lover of films and cinema, and I love cinematography. It's art, and I just love it so much. And that is a great film, so I'd recommend going watching that. I also watched Prisoners. Now, Prisoners, let me tell you, I love thriller films. That is the best thriller I've ever seen. Hand on heart. It's got Hugh Jackman in it. Now, Jake Gyllenhaal is good in that, but Hugh Jackman, he just blows it away. I've never seen him act as good as that. And you know what? Maybe he acts, well, he's good at acting in Logan, but in that film, he should have like got an Oscar or something, because that was just absolutely amazing. And that film is like on the edge of your seat, intense. If you like films, I'd highly recommend you go and watch that one, especially if you like thrillers. I also watched a few weeks back American Psycho. Now, Jack showed me that one. We watched that together, and I liked it. It wasn't the best film ever. I enjoyed it. I appreciated it. It's got Christian Bale in it. If you like it, Christian Bale, you'd probably love that film. It's good, but I mean, my opinion of Christian Bale is that I think he's very overhyped, overrated, because I feel like he's really great at what he does when it comes to like body transformations and getting into shape for a role, like through either being really, muscular and fit, or being extremely skinny, being extremely overweight. He's good at getting into that body transformation, getting into the appearance of a character. But for me, when I see him and he's acting in films, he's always Christian Bale acting in the body of the character or whatever. But the acting always feels like it's the samey kind of Christian Bale acting. So I think he's overhyped, but you know what? He's good in American Psycho. He is a good actor. I won't lie, but I don't think he's as good as people make out to be. That's American Psycho. Yeah, go and watch that. I also watched two films now with Leonardo DiCaprio that are both. Well, I watched What's Eating Gilbert Grape, but these two are like brilliant films, and I don't know why I've never seen them. But I watched The Departed with him and Matt Damon. That's basically essentially there's a police force, and then you also got like the mob, mafia, whatever it is. It's not mafia. It's like like some kind of gangsters or whatever. And one of the police officers is working undercover as one of the mobsters, whatever. And one of the mobsters is actually working undercover as one of the police officers, and they both know each other exist, but they don't know who each other are. And that's a good film. So that's The Departed. But the main one I'd recommend about over all these films I've said right now, Shutter Island. I have no idea why I've never seen that before, but let me tell you, that is a film I really want to go and watch, like, again. It's one of them films where you watch it through, and then the second time you watch it through, it's a completely different film, and you notice things and details that you probably didn't notice the first time. Shutter Island, flip me. I don't know why I've never seen it before, because that is amazing. I highly recommend anybody go and watch that. If you love Leonardo DiCaprio, if you love films, if you love like, weird kind of films that you're guessing all the way through, or you're like, wonder what's going to happen, you'd love that film. Brilliant film. Highly recommend. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more films that I've been watching. A few weeks ago, I watched a film called Requiem of a Dream. Now that was good. I enjoyed it. The cinematography in that is brilliant. There's so many good camera shots, and I absolutely loved it. But it's a very dark and depressing film. Like, at the end of it, you just kind of feel like, like almost like empty. And that doesn't mean it's a bad film. It is a brilliant film. But it is dark, and I mean, there's a lot. I've always heard a lot of jokes like, such a thing's got a better ending than Requiem of a Dream, or no, they always make out the joke like, Requiem of a Dream had a better ending or whatever. But it is a really dark and depressing ending. I'd recommend it though. It's brilliant. It's got Jared Leto in it when he was a lot younger. It's quite an old one, the oldest out of them all, anyway. So yeah, there are some films I'd recommend, guys. I'm going to continue to watch more films while in lockdown. Maybe I could have like a little separate segment of Film of the Week or whatever with Wes. But yeah, I normally watch them in the evenings. I'll probably watch another one after this, and I don't know, talk about it next time. Yeah, this, you know what, guys? That it's been short. Well, it's not been a major planned talk about stuff episode, whatever. But it's been WezLife, and I hope you've enjoyed. I need to end with some wise words. I just remembered wise words of Wes. I haven't. Wise words of Wes, guys. See, this is me from my heart. It's like thinking on the spot, and like I said, I can talk about whatever. Please, let me reiterate. If you got anything you want me to talk about, let me know, because I'd love to talk about it. But yeah, I would actually say, if you are gonna make promises and say things, be true to your word. Don't let your reputation be spoiled because you didn't keep your word. And this is wise words to me as it is to you guys, and I need to do this and really put it in practice. But yeah, if you in life, if you say you're gonna do something, do it. I'm gonna have to stop making all these promises about the podcast if I'm not gonna do them. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, guys. I hope you have a great week. Hope you have a fun, exciting, filled, entertaining week of joyfulness. And, if there's sad times, miserable times, let them be times where you can really grow in character and learn, and be able to look back on them and say, I'm glad I went through them times, because I am where I am today because of them. But if it's exciting and it's fun, remember them times. Don't forget them. Don't, just have a generic fun week that you forget things. Write things down, what you did. And try and, make notes of stuff that you do. Good to look back on memories, isn't it? But yeah, hope you have a great week, guys. And until I speak to you all next time, cheery bye.